up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Bernardo Fords. Hey, it's in! Rochester has the lead, and again, it's St. Louis.
Hello and welcome to City Stadium for Richmond Kickers versus Pittsburgh Riverhounds. This is a USL broadcast. I am Darryl Grove. I'll be your play-by-play guy, and he is Taylor Rockwell. Hello.
He will be your color commentator guy, if we're keeping with the pattern that you've established.
And we are on a heavy football diet today. We've been watching the Euros and the Copa. This is what, our fourth game of the day? Fourth game of the day. I'm going to try and pretend throughout this whole broadcast that I'm not upset about the England-Russia result.
Yeah, spoiler alert if you were DVRing that game, Russia equalizing, the 92nd minute? Probably not ideal for you. So let's get to happier topics. Let's talk about the game we have in store today. It is a hot day here at City Stadium, being played at 5 o'clock. Obviously, a bit temperate outside, maybe a little bit broken by the wind that you might be hearing coming through, so it's a little bit of both that might affect the game. We'll see. The heat will definitely affect the game. Probably lots of substitutions, probably both teams looking to possess a bit more than maybe do a lot of pressing, but we'll see how things go.
No one likes to run in 90-degree heat, correct?
No one does. No one does.
The kickers are on the back of that wonderful Hugh Roberts late equaliser against FC Cincinnati. I'm hoping to see a team that is lifted after a few weeks in the doldrums.
I'd say wonderful if you are a Richmond Kickers fan. If you're an FC Cincinnati fan, first of all, thanks for listening to this broadcast. Second of all, commiserations, but that's the way it goes. And now you have sympathy for them, I'm sure, given the way the England-Russia game just ended. You can feel the pain. That's good. The team's stepping out, at least the Richmond Kickers are out here to get the game started. You want to go through the lineup really quickly for the Richmond Kickers, Mr. Grove? That probably works as well.
People would rather see it than hear us talk about it.
You think?
Yeah. So Hugh Roberts, I can say, will be playing in the back today.
Yes.
Most people would have liked to see him up front, maybe.
Yeah. He's the man who scored late in stoppage time?
Yep.
Against FC Cincinnati with the ball played in by Brian Ownby. Both of them will be starting today. Both of them will be trying to maybe replicate that, although given that it was kind of last gasp desperation time for the Kickers, maybe they don't want to go out there and not have to be chasing a beat.
We also know Pittsburgh Riverhounds have a new coach in recent weeks. They were not doing so well in the USL standings, so it's an opportunity for the Kickers to finally get 3 points in the USL, which they haven't done for a few weeks.
You got it. That man's name is Dave Brandt. I think this is his third game in charge, coming off of a 2-1 loss last week, hoping to probably pick it up a little bit here at City Stadium. We do have them, if you go by the lineup, we are given a 4-4-2, so it's maybe a little bit more of a simplistic approach just to get things kind of calibrated, get players used to the system, then you start making tactical changes. We'll see how that progresses as well.
And if you've never heard us do a broadcast before, one of the features, not bugs, is that we figure out the opposition's formation and tactics as we observe and as we go.
Or at least attempt to do so. We do our best. We do our best.
So we can have the national anthems here pretty soon. And when teams lining up, getting ready. We're going to have national anthems very soon.
We're also going to have the starting lineup for the international team. We'll maybe discuss that one as it comes. But for right now, focused at midfield.
We will let you know as soon as we know that US national team lineup. All right, we are going to throw to commercial while the national anthems are played, and we will join you after the break. have your Richmond Kickers starting lineup. It's going to be Charlie Horton in goal. It is going to be, as usual, William Yumby and Hugh Roberts at centre back. We're going to have Braden Troyer at left back, Alex Lee at right back. In midfield, we have Fred in midfield. We have Mike Callahan joining him. We have Lucas Paulini and Uday Imura. According to our team sheet, we have Jason Yaisley joining Brian Ownby up front, but we think it's going to be the classic Kickers 4-2-3-1.
Absolutely, with Lucas Paulini and I think Mike Callahan probably doing the holding job since Samuel Asante is still suspended for this game. Looks like maybe those will be your two holders, with maybe Uday Imura in the middle, Brian Ownby on the left, and maybe Owusu Sekire, or Fred as you call him, on the right, with Jason Yaisley up top.
And the fresh, tricky legs of Luis Fernando on the bench. We may see those later on.
We may. For the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, we've got a 4-4-2 with your back four of Drew Russell, Connor Branson, Jordan Merle, and William Hunt. In midfield, Stephen Okai, Mike Green, Kevin Kerr, and Lebo Moroto. Up top, Corey Herzog and Dwayne Ewert.
And in goal, you have Hunter Gilstrap.
That's the big one. Literally and figuratively. I think he's probably the big one.
Teams are taking the field right now.
As we saw in the graphic a moment ago, Mr. Grove, we do have some big-name visitors coming to City Stadium here later on this summer. Swansea City will be, the Premier League comes back to Richmond for the fourth straight year, I believe.
I'm hoping they bring Jeff Montero with them. I'm hoping they bring Ashley Williams, who you may have seen today in the Euros.
You may have. I'm guessing if their Euro performances continue to be above par and they continue to top Group B, we might not see them.
We'll see how far they go. We'll see how far they go.
You're trying to avoid this at all costs, aren't you?
Well, the fact that Wales may win that group?
Yes.
I'd say it's early days. All right, teams have changed ends after the coin toss. Kickers are going to be kicking left to right. Riverhounds are going to be riverhounding right to left.
So that would mean chasing, I assume? I'm assuming that's what a Riverhound would do.
Yeah?
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure.
Chasing with lots of intensity. That's what I imagine a Riverhound does.
Kickers huddle is broken. Riverhounds huddle is still in effect.
Red Army out in force as usual. Flags out in force.
I think City Stadium is going to fill up today, especially with the USA-Paraguay game being screened here after Kickers Riverhounds.
I also have to imagine that there's probably a few people who wanted to finish the England-Russia game, then get to the stadium, so we might have a few latecomers.
Some speed limits being broken around Richmond right now?
Possibly.
It's going to be Riverhounds to kick off.
Riverhounds with a lot of players committed forward to start this kickoff. You've got, 4 players at midfield plus the 2 taking it, 2 in the circle, 2 just outside the circle. So maybe a rush kickoff to start?
I see Jordan Morel, the left back, he looks raring to go. Keep an eye on that for me, Tony.
I shall.
All right, we are underway. It's with Moloto. Goes long from Green. Onto the head of Braden Troyer. Troyer heads it up the line. Ball still in play. Paulini steps. Played forward by Okai. Yombi lets it bounce, then gets it back to the hands of Charlie Horton. Horton throws it out to his right back, Alex Lee. Alex Lee goes down the line, looking for Yaisley. Yaisley takes it in his chest, holds it up, drops it back. Owusu Sekire, back to Alex Lee. Alex Lee finds Yaisley again. Yaisley drops it back and gets it back. And plays it to Owusu Sekire down the line. Good step across there by Pittsburgh's number 6, Connor Branson.
Dale, I can tell you that from the lineups we had in front of us, it did look like Pittsburgh were going to go with a 4-4-2. From this early start, it looks much more like a 4-2-3-1 to me, but we'll monitor that, see how that develops.
Very in vogue right now. Connected by Paulini midfield, chipped up and over Hunter Gilstrap and the goal. It's going to be a goal kick to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Gilstrap in no hurry to take it.
It's hot out there. He's wearing, I think short sleeves, but he's got the gloves on. He's probably taking his time.
I'm not criticising. I think it's very sensible. All right, teams are clustered at midfield. Gilstrap kicks it long and to the right. Troyer's up. Troy loses out in the air. Callahan collects in midfield. There's a battle for possession with 7 men going for the same ball, and it's going to be a Pittsburgh Riverhounds free kick. It looks like it was Callahan who gave the free kick away based on the fact that he was complaining to the referee afterwards. Free kick to be taken. Fired in, headed out, collected by Owusu Sekire. Ushishikiri glides up the field, plays it low and across for Ombi. Ombi keeps it in play. Looks like the ball had gone out of play. It's going to be a Riverhounds throw-in. Throw taken quickly and back.
William Hunt now on the ball for the Riverhounds, looking to possess in the middle of the field as they do. Finds Stephen Okai. Stephen Okai looking wide, but instead intercepted by the kickers.
Secure with the ball. Secure with the turn in midfield. Under pressure. Goes wide. It's behind Alex Lee. Alex Lee had to adjust and lost control of the ball when it came to him. Taken quickly. Morel has it. Morel down the line to Hewitt. Hewitt comes back. Hewitt finds Okai. Okai to Maloto. Maloto in the channel. It's dropped back to Morel. Looks up. Low cross. Touch in the box. Ball is out of bounds. We have a Richmond kickers goal kick. What do you see so far, Tyler Rockwell?
I'm surprised by the Riverhounds coming at the kickers so early. It looks like they're trying to get that result very quickly, get a goal very quickly, and then maybe sit back a little bit. Maybe that is indicative of how they approach this game with that kickoff, put the kickers under pressure early, maybe get one quick, then you can sit back, absorb that pressure.
Yeah.
Again, because of the heat, you don't want to have to exert too much energy right away. It's going to get cooler. That's when maybe you can start going forward and looking for those breaks. But for now, it looks like Pittsburgh trying to break early, get that goal, then relax.
I mean, that's a good plan. If it works, it's a good plan. Charlie Horton kicks it long. Yardley's up. Yardley's flicked it on. Ball is back with Hunter Gilstrap. Gilstrap takes a touch. Hewitt is calling for it. Ball is played way too far to the right. It is out of bounds. It's a Richmond kickers throw-in. Brendan Troyer to take. Troy looking for options. Callahan is coming short. He goes into the feet of Uday Mura, who touches it to Lucas Paulini. Paulini stretches the play out to the right. It's with Alex Lee. Alex Lee has Yaisley as a target in the box. He's gone short to Arusha Sakiri. Back into midfield. Sakiri looks for the run of Ombi. Kickers lose out.
Settled by Mike Green, cleared, but only as far as Mike Callahan, who now plays wide to the Richmond kickers, Alex Lee.
Lee into the feet of Arusha Sakiri. Big slide tackle there from Kerr. Ball still with the kickers. Paulini dribbling sideways. Couple of moves. Turns back, gives it to Ombi. Ombi goes diagonal. Headed on by Alex Lee. Was he aiming for Arusha Sakiri there, or was he trying to lob Hunter Gilstrap?
I think he was aiming for Arusha Sakiri, although he might claim he was trying to get a shot on target early for the kickers.
If I was him and I was asked that question, I would go with the latter.
I think I would pretend like I didn't hear the question and continue my run back.
Can't talk now, playing in the USL. Uday Moore with the tackle in midfield. Ball is cleared long by the Riverhounds. Yombi gets ahead to it. William Yombi's looked a little uncertain, a lot more than usual, Tyler. He's normally very, very certain. It's possibly the sun in his eyes?
Yeah, the sun's basically directly above the Richmond kickers' back line, so you can't even blame the sun for that one. Maybe it's just trying to find his footing, maybe trying to adjust to the heat, maybe trying to adjust to the early pressure from the Riverhounds.
Speaking of, the Riverhounds have won a throw-in on the right-hand side. But we've seen the kickers every home game. William Yombi, I feel like I've never seen him miss a header.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of times now, he's already let it bounce or missed it in the air or misjudged it a little bit.
Maybe the Red Army were singing his song earlier. Maybe it just went to his head too early. He's got to get his feet back on the ground.
Yaisley's challenge. Play on, says the ref. Morel has it. I think he's going to try and see it out. No, he plays it down the line and out of bounds. Alex Lee to take the throw.
Good pressure from Jason Yaisley there to get across, put him under pressure, and earn that throw-in for the kickers.
Sakiri gives it back to Callahan. Out wide to Alex Lee. And back to Callahan. And the cross. Looking for the head of Yaisley. Jumps. Gilstrap catches it.
The Alex Lee attempt aside, I'm not saying that was part of this, but it is a good opportunity for the Richmond kickers to try to get those balls in because you do have the sun in Gilstrap's eyes. So putting it up into the mixer early with that sun could create opportunities.
Troy's clearance rebounded. Alex Lee judged the bounce, or at least reacted when it got a bad bounce. Good work from Alex Lee this time. Kicked long by Charlie Horton.
It's his second header straight to the goalkeeper.
Oh, Yaisley is down. Looked like he got maybe a clash of heads. Looks like a free kick to the Richmond kickers.
Yaisley slow to get up. Yaisley also in the last 2 home games has had to have his jersey replaced twice. Both games torn jersey early. Let's see if he can hang on to number 17 in this game, or if he has to finish as number 3.
I think this is the longest he's lasted.
We have a replay here of the collision. Yaisley goes up, just doesn't see the man coming in. Gets a little bit of an elbow in the back from Connor Branson, and it's a free kick to the kickers.
I say in Branson's defense, it was just part of the jumping motion.
Just ask Olivier Giroud.
Ball comes in, headed clear. It's back with the kickers. Alex Lee in possession. Lee goes down the line. Back to him. Alex Lee looks. Alex Lee, I think he was going for the box. He found the feet instead.
I think he was looking for Mike Callahan, who had stretched all the way wide and just couldn't get his hips around it, couldn't get it up. It's a poor cross from Alex Lee. I'm going to say not even a cross, a poor pass.
Oh yeah, he just completely missed that, right? Now it's Kevin Kerr on the ball. Ball is out left. Mike Green's still under pressure. Mike Green gets the ball.
Does play it wide.
And maybe gets it back. That pass was short. Udo Mora intercepts and gives it to Rusha Sakiri. Rusha Sakiri is looking down the line, changed his mind, went back to Braden Troyer. Does go down the line. But he's played it a little too long. Branson is able to play it back all the way to Hunter Gilstrap. Slow pressure from Yaisley, forces Gilstrap to kick. One in the air by Troyer, chested by Rusha Sakiri. He still has it. Step over and accelerates out of bounds.
Gilstrap doing really well with his distribution so far early. He does have the wind going against him, so to get that ball low and driven, it's going to get it as low underneath the wind as you can, which is why you're getting that ball over midfield. A lot of times if you loft, it's coming right back at you.
Like a boomerang.
So good work from the goalkeeper.
All right, Troy goes back to Yumby. Yumby across to Hugh Roberts. Alex Lee showing for it on the right and gets it. It's on Alex Lee's right foot. Plays it left-footed, over the top, looking for the run of Omby. Omby's taking it. Omby with his back to goal at the top of the box. Tried the back heel to Alex Lee. I think he just didn't get all of it.
I'd say so, judging by the fact that the Riverhounds are now in possession.
Was there a defensive play there? Did Morel get a toe to it?
I think Morel got a little bit of a stop to the heel, and then I think maybe just Brian Omby couldn't get as much behind as he would have liked.
Braden Troy gives it. Wilshire Security's got a little bit of space. Accelerates into it. And eventually accelerated directly into Drew Russell. Drew Russell clears down the line. Braden Troy gets his head to it again. Paulini collects. Paulini under pressure. Paulini plays it short. Troyer finds Callahan. Callahan with a drag back. And back to Hugh Roberts. And out wide to Alex Lee. Kicker's working it right to left. I'm sort of more in favour of the kickers being a bit patient and working it right to left instead of continuing to go long and direct into the box.
Absolutely, because if you're going long every single time, it becomes predictable, number one, but number two, it requires a lot of running from Jason Yaisley up top, basically by himself. It's basically giving the ball right back to Pittsburgh most of the time. If you can hold on to it a little bit more, then you get to assert yourself, establish your game.
Well, and Callahan with the ball into the channel, Omby got a touch to it, but all he could do is help it on to Hunter Gilstrap. Yeah, I'm thinking of Jason Yaisley's retinas as well. If the ball is like up high in the air and he has to keep looking up, those things are going to get burned out.
I feel like that's spoken like a man who wears glasses. You're always worried about other people's eyes because you got to worry about your own. I guess the implication being that if you don't wear glasses, then I'm saying you don't need to worry about your eyes?
Yeah, that's not medical advice. Tyler Rockwell, not a doctor. Ball kicked long by Hunter Gilstrap. Headed by Hugh Roberts. And headed back by Hugh Roberts. We have a game of head tennis going on. Okai drops it. Connor Branson plays it on the floor. Here we go. Ball is out feet. Pittsburgh playing it around. Got it out wide to Morel. Morel gives it to Hewitt. Short passing still from Pittsburgh. It is outright. Maloto now with the ball. Maloto gets it back.
That was
Run by Paulini.
a really nice 16-pass move there by the Riverhounds to get that ball, move it around, some nice quick passing, but eventually intercept it, and it looks like it's going to be a free kick to the kickers. It also looks like we do have Dwayne Ewart and Corey Herzog switching back and forth as the situation necessitates. Herzog now dropping back into that right-hand side, to which he has become accustomed. But it'll be interesting to see if they continue that switch to try to throw off the kickers' defense.
Yes, maybe just to move the kickers back 4 around a little bit. Maybe get Troy and Yombi confused. It's with the ball. Mike Callahan with the ball. Gives it to Paulini. Little bit of space in front of him. Paulini is going to go to William Yombi under light pressure from Hewitt and down the line to Braden Troyer. Troyer short to Ususakiri, through his legs to Paulini. Paulini I think he was waiting for Troyer's run down the line that didn't come, but gave it him short anyway. Troyer with not the world's greatest crossfield pass.
But good pressure by Mike Callahan to win it back. Good clearance from the Riverhounds, collected by Alex Lee out wide.
Now actually has some space to work with on his right hand side. Coming forward. I feel like the kickers are being given a little bit of room until they get close to the box. We'll secure the turn and cut and shoot over the bar. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's room to advance slightly, but everything's blocked up once you get within 10, 15 yards of the penalty area. I
agree. Kickers having trouble navigating net. I think also having trouble navigating the field. This is maybe the driest we've seen this field look so far as you get the replay of that shot from Ususakiri. And I do wonder if we've seen two bad crossfield attempts from the kickers. We've also just seen Uday Amuro whiff and fall there. I'm wondering if maybe it is the field that they're used to being a little bit faster, a little bit easier to play on. Yeah. Maybe it's just sticking a little bit in this game.
Yeah, it's ball normally sips here at City Stadium. Not so much today. It's out left with Morel. Morel back in field to Maloto. Back to Hunt. Onto the chest if you can. Branson brings it forward. See Morel with his arms in the air on this side. His arms are still in the air. Ball is not coming. Branson tackled by Amuro. With security, plays Jason Yashi through. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Gilstrap is out quickly, smartly, clears it almost into the stands.
My random realization of the day, Mr. Grove, is I was just looking at the Riverhounds uniforms and I was realizing that every single Pittsburgh sports team wears yellow and black. Oh yeah. That might be the only city I can think of that has all sports teams unified by their jersey color. The only other one that comes to mind is maybe Washington, but I feel like you don't get that one because obviously you're going to wear red, white, and blue if you're Washington. And DC United don't live up to that one either, so never mind. It is just Pittsburgh.
Well done, the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Way to coordinate, guys.
Also, you could probably get like a bulk discount.
You know they all wear different jerseys in different sports.
Just yellow and black material in bulk.
You just buy bolts of fabric.
Ball is out left with the Ususakiri. Looks up, crosses it in. Confusion in the box.
Yazzie on the ground. Looks like did still get a foot to it, but it goes out for a goal kick to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Was he knocked over, or was it a footing issue?
I think he lost his footing. It may have been a footing issue combined with the ball being behind him as opposed to in front of him. So you have to adjust your footing. There it goes. He slips down and still gets a foot to it. Well done, Jason Yazzley, sort of.
Yazzie's under a tiny bit of pressure, I would say. Mm-hmm. He's normally the man the kickers look to, not just for flick-ons, but for finishes. I know he missed a penalty kick when we were last at City Stadium. I believe he missed in the shootout against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers.
Right.
And there's always Anthony Grant on the bench.
There is.
Flag is up on the far side.
No Matthew Delicott, obviously. Richmond kickers. I'm going to say legend.
Yeah.
Training injury results in they detect, I think, cancer of the kidney, I believe. And so he's out for the rest of the season, but it looks like treatment is going well for Matthew Delicott. But obviously not on the bench for the kickers today as a result.
I'm hoping to see him terrorise USL defences either later this season or early next season.
I think he would be okay with that.
All right, Callahan brings it forward. Callahan finds a Ususakiri. Turns, gives it back to Paulini. Paulini again has time to bring it forward, but not many options in terms of killer balls.
Yeah, Pittsburgh really doing a smart job of sitting off, letting the kickers come in, but really blocking off options in the middle, not allowing much in the way of passing lanes.
I saw Uday Amuro found some space for himself though, and has crossed it to the far post. Cleared by Pittsburgh. Okai gets some sort of clearance to it. It's like a forwards bicycle kick, which I guess is a backwards bicycle kick. Crossed again. Headed up by Hunt. Imuro's going to collect. Volleys off the chest of, I believe, Branson and past Hunter Gilstrap. It is 1-0 Richmond kickers.
Interesting there. Uday Amuro takes that volley first time. Branson had his hands in the air protesting, I guess screaming for offside. No offside given, but because Branson has stopped play, has the hand in the air, no longer really reacting to the play. So the ball hits off Branson, goes into the goal, and we see the replay here as the kicker celebrate.
Yeah, Teddy, we're going to see if you're right. Is he protesting for offside? Is that why he's such a big target? Yes.
Yeah, he has his hand in at least almost all the way up, if not all the way up by the time that shot strikes his chest.
And not to kick him while he's down, but I want to say that's not the smartest thing, because if that shot is a little higher, it hits his hand.
Absolutely.
And it's very much a penalty kick to the kickers.
So you'd say
that's why you play to the whistle, kids.
I was
you
gonna
play
say,
to the whistle.
You beat me to it.
It's almost as if I did it deliberately. Riverhounds kick off. They are 1-0 down here at City Stadium. Ball is with Green, out left to Morel. Morel into the feet of Hewitt.
And obviously you never want to concede a goal, especially not in the first 20 minutes or so. But especially given the way Pittsburgh seemed to have set up with that kind of relaxed defending, and then you basically invite the kickers in and try to shut it down, you wonder if that's really the worst thing that could have happened for the Riverhounds, for their game plan.
Hewitt collected the ball from a poor Alex Lee clearance. Ball is still in play. Imura with a nice little drag back and toe poke. Kickers playing quick triangles. Ownby clears it down the line for Yaisley to chase. Yaisley more interested in cutting off the pass. Ball is at the feet of Okai. Okai goes right, but that was heavy and it was way too far behind. Way too far behind Herzog. Not Herzog, sorry. It was Drew Russell.
Banks it off a Nike soccer advertisement there. Maybe he's just trying to get Nike a little bit more promotion in this game.
I think Nike are fine. Braden Troyer down the line to Usa Sakiri. Sort of Cruyff turn. Continues down the left. Did he win a free kick or a throw-in?
I think he won a corner kick for the kickers, judging by the way the referee's pointing. So good work by Usa Sakiri, especially so given that I think the back four of Pittsburgh, every single one of them has about a foot on Usa Sakiri.
Yeah.
So interesting to see him hold up. Maybe that is the low center of gravity playing into his game plan.
Yeah, he's maybe the one player that benefits from maybe the surface that's given a little.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Usa Sakiri to take this corner kick. In it comes to the far post. Paulini heads it down to Ownby. Ownby shoots off the bar, and I think off the back of Hunter Gilstrap's head. It is 2-0 Richmond Kickers.
Really good awareness there from Lucas Paulini to settle that ball with the head into the path of Brian Ownby. Ownby takes that touch, rockets it home rockets it off the crossbar into Gilstrap's head, then home.
Are we looking at 2 own goals?
We may be. Since the shot technically not on target, as you see it come, good settle there, good touch from Ownby, gets his hips around, it gets the shot off Gilstrap's back, I'd say, into the net. That could well be an own goal.
I think we both know the rule, right? Imura's shot is off target, goes off Branson, it's an own goal. I think Ownby's shot technically off target, goes off Gilstrap. I think that's an own goal.
We'll see how it's listed in the halftime stats.
Yeah, we will.
We have a Riverhounds player down. Braden Troyer goes to commiserate. Looks like a throw-in for the Richmond Kickers. And we can say Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
It is going to be a free kick. Braden Troyer to take from left back. It is 2-0 Richmond Kickers here at City Stadium. Did you notice on the corner kick, William Youngby did not go up for it?
No, I did not.
That's new. I think that's the first corner kick all season William Youngby has not joined the attack.
Well, given what you pointed out earlier about William Youngby, as we have offside here, I wonder if maybe there is a little bit of a problem, and then he is trying to stay home a little bit more and not kind of
sprint back.
Exactly, or maybe get into those kind of potentially physical encounters.
Ownby plays it into more or less the corner. Flag is up. Yaisley was offside the whole time. I feel like if he'd known that, he would not have run that far.
It's one of those games. It's that hot that it's like I had to run. I didn't even have to run for that, and I did.
Well, I mean, there were wasted runs, right?
Yeah.
That technically was a wasted run because he didn't need to go there, but he also wasn't going to be flagged for offside until he looked like getting the ball. It's really a catch-22.
Yeah.
You got to sweat to realise you didn't have to sweat.
Well
Hunter
said.
Gilstrap
Well said.
takes the free kick, goes long. Roberts looks like he had a little push.
Push on Corey Herzog. It's going to be a free kick to the Riverhounds about 25 yards or so from goal.
He's complaining to the ref, but I mean, it looked pretty clear to me.
I think his complaint is essentially that, according to Roberts, Herzog backed up a little bit to try to get a better position on the ball, backed up into Roberts. Roberts maybe tried to create some separation, but creating separation is one thing, shoving a player in the back, another.
I mean, creating separation makes it sound fancy, but essentially you pushed him away, right?
I'm sure that's what he was saying to the referee. So I was just trying to create separation.
we have Hewitt standing over the ball, and we have Moloto standing over the ball. We also have Branson backing up, but is he backing up for a shot or backing up to get out of the way?
I think backing up to get out of the way as Hewitt takes into the
Takes the
wall.
wall.
Half-hearted calls for a handball there on the wall, but instead it's collected by Charlie Horton, who has some words for Corey Herzog. Looks like there was a little bit of contact there as Horton collected.
Right, Horton's giving the kickers time to get upfield.
It's really never a smart thing to maybe leave a boot in on the keeper, especially so in front of the Red Army, because they might let you hear about it for the rest of the game.
They will.
And by might, I mean absolutely will.
Horton left-footed goes long. Yaisley, I think, is beaten in the air, but the kickers retain possession. Paulini. Ball is taken away from him. Herzog to Okai. Okai finds Kerr. Kerr out right and gets it back. Kerr to Hewitt. And back to Hewitt. Yeah, right now we have Herzog as the central striker. I think these two guys are switching back and forth.
They're just waiting for you to get used to the formation, then they switch on you.
Our Riverhounds with the ball. It's back with Okai. Okai crosses, right-footed, into the box. Yombi wins the first ball. Callahan volleys away the second ball. Into the chest of Yaisley. Yaisley's holding off Okai, he's giving it to Imura. Udo Imura's cut inside, very nice. He's got the crossfield ball, it's on to Alex Lee. Alex Lee collects. Alex Lee comes forward. Owusu Sekiri's running the channel in front of him, turns and goes back. I think Owusu Sekiri cut off that option then.
Shouts from Alex Lee for a handball there, nothing given. Didn't look like there was on Morel, and a good no call by the referee, in my opinion.
That's all the referee cares about, Taylor, is your opinion.
In my world, that's an accurate statement.
Troyer with a touch that goes to Hugh Roberts. Hugh Roberts gets it to Alex Lee. Lee goes long. Yaisley's wrestling with Branson. Riverhounds win it back. Okai, I think, fluffs the clearance. Callahan collects. Paulini gets it. Now we're right again with Alex Lee. I think Alex Lee bought some real estate on this right-hand side. Lee crosses. Cleared. Paulini wins it in the air. Ownby on his chest. It's a heavy touch. Maybe deliberately so to Troyer. Gets it back. Ownby goes down. Branson collects it in the back. Good pressure from the kickers here, making Pittsburgh work. But good work from Branson and Kerr.
It's going to be a throw into
throw
into the kickers. Daryl, to your point earlier about Alex Lee getting all that space, there was a little bit of miscommunication between the Riverhounds. I did hear Merle yelling at Lebo to step wide, and now he is kind of coming to the middle, so I think he's not entirely sure of his position or where he's supposed to be defensively, so instead you have Alex Lee drifting forward. I say Lebo because that is what his teammates called him. That's how I know that they were screaming at him.
So it's Lebo Moloto?
Yes.
Yes. I thought maybe you guys knew each other.
Yeah.
And we were out to Brian Ownby. Ownby right-footed into Paulini. Paulini square to Hugh Roberts. Kicker slowly squeezing forward here. And Alex Lee once again on this right-hand side. Keeps the ball in. He's coming with his left foot. It's low, it's cleared, it's collected by Imura. Imura's passed. Ball is crossed. Looking for Ownby's head. Owusu Sekiri collects. Owusu Sekiri shoots. And Riverhounds are not out of trouble yet. There we go. It's down the line for Herzog. Herzog collects. Goes to his right back, Drew Russell. Another failed crossfield ball. That seems to be a feature of today's game. I'm with you, Taylor. I think there has to be something going on, either with maybe with the wind.
I think it's a combination of the wind and the surface. The surface not really being conducive to quick play and maybe getting the ball exactly how you want. You are seeing it bobble a little bit as the kickers pass the ball, but then I think also the wind definitely taking its toll because it's blowing very much intermittently.
Yeah,
you can hear it on the microphone when it picks up. So I think maybe that's just something the players haven't quite adjusted to.
Imura at the top of the box, looking for Obi. Riverhounds collect. Kerr plays it out right to Herzog. Herzog turns, retains possession, still has it. No, he doesn't. He's giving it to Imura. Imura to Owusu Sekiri. He did when I said it.
Yeah. It's good improv.
It's out right to Alex Lee again.
Commentating on the fly.
Yeah. Yes, and to Owusu Sekiri. Back to Alex Lee. Lee takes a touch into the feet of Imura. Imura still has it. Now it's with Alex Lee. He looks ahead. He had Yaisley down the line. He's found him. Yaisley collects. He has 2 men on him. Yaisley still has the ball. Slide tackle from Hunt, and it's a Richmond kicker's throw in. I feel like Hunt lost patience with just the hold him up, and just saw the chance to get rid.
Flip side, good patience and good physicality from Jason Yaisley to hold off 2 different players, force that throw in for the kickers.
And it's once again going to be Alex Lee to take. I feel like Lee has the most possession so far this game. Owusu Security in the corner. Cross is low. Cleared by Hunt. Herzog goes down. Callahan apologizes, so I'm assuming it was a Callahan foul.
Not so bad, but you do see that whenever the player immediately turns and apologizes, sometimes it's because, you know, they're just a good-natured person who wants to check on the player. Other times, maybe it's a little bit of concern that you might be getting a card, so you look sympathetic. Maybe the referee says, oh, he's a good guy. We'll let it play. I'm not saying which it is for Mike Callahan.
I didn't see that in the rule book. I think maybe with Mike Callahan it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Gilstrap goes long. Ball is held up by the wind, but won by Okai and played outright to Drew Russell. Russell gives it to Hewitt. Hewitt's giving Paulini the turn, found some space. Nice touch and a shot. Everything about that was wonderful except for the shot.
Which is pretty much the only thing that needed to be wonderful for that play to work out.
It was a really nice couple of touches though, to turn and then to glide.
And also, I mean, yeah, to navigate that space or lack thereof in the middle, because you do have that, with that 4-2-3-1, you've got the numbers in there to kind of crowd them out, force Pittsburgh out wide so to get something through the middle. Always a positive. Shooting wide and over, less positive.
Horton kicks long. It's headed back by the Riverhounds. Yombi wins it. Now it's with Russell. Right back, Drew Russell coming forward for Riverhounds. Cross is a little long. It's held by Charlie Horton, who started play immediately. Back to Alex Lee. Lee has found the feet of Yaisley, who came short and showed. Usu Security, nice turn. Made some space for himself down this right. He has Lee to his right. He has Yaisley ahead of him. He had Ombi to his left, but he was tackled by Okai. And here come the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Hewitt has it. Hewitt squares it. Maloto. The flick and cleared. Cleared by William Yombi.
Nice settle there from Earl.
Yeah.
Could have easily been knocked off the ball by Uday Omura. Instead, it's a good chest, and Pittsburgh retained possession.
Here we go. It's out wide again. It's out wide with Drew Russell. Back to Okai. Okai short. Pressure from Yaisley. Green was smart. Kept the play moving. Russell, a 1-2 with Herzog. Russell is to the end line. Crosses it low. Yombi gets his foot to it. Puts it out. No, it's still in. It's going to be collected by Branson. Branson to Hunt. And Green collects in midfield. It's the feet of Maloto. And back to Green and back to Maloto. Riverhounds got some nice Barcelona-ish football going on here.
Absolutely, it's the ball over the top for Morel. Morel offside there, but really good awareness from Morel to stay wide. You can see him screaming for the ball a couple different times there, to the point where it took Alex Lee basically a couple minutes to realize, like, oh, there's a guy right behind me who's screaming for the ball. I should probably go trap. So a smart run by Morel, just straight a little bit offside.
I'm kind of excited for this game, Taylor. I feel like Riverhounds 2-0 down. They're going to have to start coming out a little more.
Yeah, they're going to have to start wandering over to their sideline. It looks like a water break here as we're 30 minutes in. 31 minutes in, thereabouts.
Are you with me on this? Do you think maybe this game could open up a bit, just based on the idea that the Riverhounds need to?
I think so, and I think it's going to have to open up while we have the water break here, as we see the goals for Richmond. First goal coming up in just a moment. Yeah, and you have basically the ball played up in the air. Omura does well to take it left peg, and it is absolutely going out of bounds. But Branson with a hand in the air.
Hands on his head afterwards, he knows.
And then tries to protest one more time, but knows that he should have maybe kept playing that one until the whistle. But it's a great take from Omura to take it one time. That said, it is going a bit wide. But I'd say plenty of times we've seen a player completely whiff that ball.
Here's the second goal. It's a corner kick from Owusu Security. Headed down by Paulini. Ombi takes the touch. He got a little bit away from him, I think, but he did well to sort of shape his body to turn and shoot.
I'm going to say both of those goals were imperfect execution that worked out perfectly.
Unless Brian Ombi had that planned all along.
I'm going to say that first touch wasn't meant to go behind him, so I'm going to say no, but it was good reaction to get this, like I said, to get those hips around, to not have to take a third touch or even a fourth touch, because then it's going to be blocked, then you're going to have players on you.
If you're a Pittsburgh fan or a member of the Pittsburgh coaching staff, is any blame on Hunter Gilstrap there? Or is that just one of those things that is super unlucky and the chances of the ball hitting the bar and hitting you in the back of the head are pretty slim?
I don't think it's his fault. I think the only thing that you could say is it's the sun's fault a little bit, as cliched as that might be. We've seen Gilstrap a few times trying to cover the eyes, trying to do something to get the sun out, and I think maybe that's just a case where he can't quite see it. It is crowded. He does have the sun, so all he can do is react, and then basically once the ball's past you, it's either in or over, or in this situation, hitting the post and coming back, and by then there's really nothing you can do about it.
Is the sun something the kickers are going to have to deal with in the second half?
We'll see. Depends on how rapidly it sets here in the stadium, or how rapidly the trees grow.
I think one happens faster than the other. Well, Green flicks it. Kickers in possession again. So the feet of Ultra Security. He faked going right. He went to the middle instead. Imura has it. Now Imura down the line for Ownby. Will he get there? He does. Fires it in low. Collected by Hunt. Now Pittsburgh come away. And kickers retain possession. Or win back possession. Paulini back to Troyer. Troyer back to Paulini. Paulini turns and goes all the way back to William Yombi. Pressure from Ewart, who's trying to block off that square pass. Yombi, I think, was teasing him with it. Instead, brings it forward. Goes long, looking for Ownby. I think he's found him. Ownby has it on the left. Good tackle from Branson.
Yeah, as we've seen a few different times throughout the season, that attacking three of Omura, Sakiri, and Ownby doing a good job of rotating. So we did earlier have Ownby play that cross low in from the right, then immediately sprints back to the center of the field. That's why he's open, because the Riverhounds just don't see him coming back into play.
Right.
That's why there's that opportunity.
Oh, and a scoop down the line. Braden Troy collects it. Troy on his left foot. Crosses is a little too, I can't tell if it's too low or too high. It was in the middle where it's easy to get to. Cycle back around by the kickers though. Alex Lee on the right. Alex Lee with a quick rollover, step inside, left foot. Yaisley flicks, cleared instead by the Riverhounds. Wusikiri has won that. Wusikiri shoots. Have we had a substitution for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds?
We have.
Secret substitution during the
We picked that one up at the same time. Yeah, at the water break.
I believe is Jack Thompson.
Jack Thompson has come on. It looks like Lebo Maloto has subbed out.
Did we see him having any problem?
We did not, but again, he is the one that I talked about earlier. You could hear the players telling him get wide. He wasn't really coming that wide. It seemed like he didn't quite know what his defensive responsibilities were, so maybe the Riverhounds have elected to change it up a little bit just to shut down Alex Lee, because as you mentioned, it does appear as though he's like bought real estate on that right-hand side.
Oh, that may have been part of the problem, and maybe why Alex Lee was getting so much space. I can say, as a player who has been subbed out of a game after 25 minutes, it is not a fun thing to happen.
And I can say I enjoyed the fact that you and I both saw the number 28 involved in that play and said, wait a minute, that is a new number. While we wait for this free kick to be taken, we have a kickers player down. It looks like it's Brian Ownby.
It's Lucas Paulini.
Lucas Paulini, excuse me, as Paulini stays down. We can say fans get into the game through the USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league.
Paulini is still down. Got a helping hand from Alex Lee, and he is back up. Looks like it's going to be a drop ball. Pittsburgh Riverhounds going to give it back to Charlie Houghton. I have the instinct to applaud every time that happens. Just like a habit that you learn playing soccer.
I like that. I also like that it looks like the Riverhounds have changed up a little bit. Looks like we've got a 4-4-2 with a diamond in midfield. It looks like we've got Mike Green at the base with Jack Thompson and I think Mike Green maybe on the right-hand side, and then Kevin Kerr up top.
I actually see Maloto 22, so I think you got the wrong set.
Maybe they brought in Jack Thompson on the left-hand side, but we've seen maybe a positional change there from Maloto.
That's a quick throw in on the left. Mike Cowham. Just low. Connected by Hunt. Hunt out to Thompson. Thompson, first time pass. Finds Herzog. Herzog's pass is deflected and Paulini collects. Paulini is stripped of the ball, I think by Herzog again. Here comes Corey Herzog. Looking for Ewart, he found Hugh Roberts. There's a clash between Paulini and Herzog off the ball. Alex Lee has it on the right again. Doesn't have as much real estate. He has a bit of space, but Jack Thompson is there to cover. Richard Security finds Ownby. Ownby's touch let him down. Another ball is with Kerr. Kerr missed. Moloto collects. Now Russell has it. Into the feet of Herzog. Kerr, back to Russell down the line. On his chest, keeps it in. Russell finds Ewart. Ewart one-times it to Herzog. It's worked out. Herzog's gone left to Morel. Morel heads it out. It's going to be Alex Lee with the throw-in. Good work by the ball boy to get one ball from the other end of the field down to him. Lee looking for options. Pittsburgh making his hand. I'm guessing the plan B will be Yaisley's head. In the end, no, it was, I think Ownby became too short.
Yeah, Yaisley was standing at the midfield circle, so it might have been a long throw.
No, sorry, I meant Ownby down the line. I always assume Yaisley will be down the line for the flicker. Alright, Wish Sakiri. Back to Callahan. Callahan to Ownby in a little bit of space. Thompson catches up with him. Some good short passing from the kickers. Maintain possession. Now Lee into the path of Yaisley. He's going to collect it in the box. He volleys it over and wide. I think he had a lot more time than he realised there.
I think he did too. But I also think we've got this figured out now. I think it is the diamond in midfield with Kevin Kerr at the tip. Yep. You've got Mike Green at the base. Then you've got Lebo Moloto on the right. Jack Thompson on the left. It was Stephen Okai who made way in that water break. Yes.
There we go. So again, we didn't see Stephen Okai in any injury trouble that I know of.
No injury trouble. I think it is just a tactical change to try to get more numbers forward, to try to get maybe less isolation on the forwards than was previously there with that 4-2-3-1.
It does seem like they definitely have more men in midfield, so they're going to force the kickers wide. Although it wasn't too different from what they were doing to begin with. But we have Amura on the run here. Amura goes down.
Ball over just outside the box, and it's going to be a free kick to the kickers. Hugh Roberts just forward, and again, yeah, Daryl Grove, you are correct that William Yambi staying back. Instead, it looks like jogging over to the fourth official to maybe have a word, get some water. Not quite sure if that's an injury or not. Yambi back on his feet, jogging to midfield. Not quite sure what the situation is there, but it looks like he's recovered. It looks like he is now tying a shoe as Umura and Ownby stand over the ball.
So it's going to be either Umura right-footed or Ownby left-footed?
Based on the fact that Umura seems to have walked away, I'm going to say it's Brian Ownby taking this one.
Oh, it was short, and back to him, and Ownby right-footed into Branson. It's going to be a corner kick.
Branson did well not to raise his arm this time.
I think I figured out why Pittsburgh did that. They want to maintain numbers in the middle, like they've been having, but still keep two up front.
Looks like we have another substitution for Pittsburgh.
Right back, Drew Russell has walked off the far side. To be replaced by number 16.
Number 16 is Isaiah Schaefer.
Short corner from the kickers to Braden Troy at the top of the box. Troy crosses, doing numbers in the box. Yambi turns and heads, but it's wide. Nice couple of designed plays from the kickers there.
Absolutely. Fans, keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. And to Gilstrap to take.
Goal kick. Into the wind. It's held up. Herzog flicks it. For you to catch. On big clears it. It's back in the back. Schaefer. First touch. Drops it all the way back to Hunter Gilstrap. Gilstrap goes long. Yambi with the header back to his own keeper. Nice calm defender. That's with Alex Lee. Alex Lee into the feet of Yaisley. Jason Yaisley holds it up and turns and finds Paulini. Looks Paulini comes away from pressure. Right footed, down the line, looking for the run of Alex Lee. Alex Lee's collected it. Alex Lee went for the nutmeg, got lucky, got around the other side. Morel got back to get a slide tackle in.
So, Darryl, I'm going to guess that the substitution for Stephen Okai was a tactical one. It does look like Drew Russell, from what we're seeing over on the far side of the Pittsburgh bench, is still standing up, is getting some treatment from the trainer. Yeah. Looks like maybe a dehydration issue, is drinking a lot of water, and being handed bottles of water by the training staff. So I'm going to assume that was the issue more so than another tactical change.
Dehydration is a real thing. I can tell you that. Arusa Security with the corner for the kickers. Crosses to the penalty spot. Hugh Roberts on his head, and Murray on the line. Did Murray get a touch on that?
It looks like he might have, but it looks like a Riverhound player did as well, because it's another corner to the Richmond kickers. Daryl, I have to ask, based on what you just said, do you think there are people out there who don't think dehydration is a thing?
I think there are people who think dehydration is just, oh, he's real thirsty. But I'm saying it's an actual, like, medical problem.
I see.
Again, Taylor Rockwell, not a doctor. Corner short, Alex Lee crosses. Headed out by Green.
No, but I can tell you that I did once play American football in Turkey, where if you had to ask for water, it meant that you were weak.
Oh. Is that why there were not very many Turkish players in the NFL?
I like that you couldn't say for certain if there were any, so you went with not many.
I'm allowed to. Gives it to Hewitt. Hewitt goes left to Jack Thompson. Jack Thompson, smart pass. Finds Green, finds Hewitt. I thought Pittsburgh were looking for options backwards instead of forwards.
I agree. I think just trying to keep possession, maybe try to find one opportunity through the middle.
Yeah.
The kicker's doing a good job of blocking off those angles.
Thompson has found Hewitt, who's made a run. Hewitt shoots low, blocked by Hugh Roberts. Connected by Imura, gives it to Alex Lee. Lee's clearance, not ideal, but Arusa Security has it. Now Lee goes down the line. Hunt watches it. Hunt watches it go out. It's going to be a Pittsburgh throw. He's left it for Morale to take. Coming up on half time, maybe just a couple of minutes away. Let me know if you see the big board, Tyler.
Yes, sir.
How much added time there's going to be. There's going to be some rucks. We broke for the water break.
Absolutely.
And we've had a couple of players down.
Really nice work from Corey Herzog there to drop all the way back a good 40 yards to help out with that throw and chests it down, keeps play moving, then gets back into his forward position.
Once again, Morel is clear on this left side. There's not a player within 20, 30 yards of him.
There's not. I will say, in the rest of his team's defense, the big switch has not worked so far in this game, so maybe that's why Pittsburgh avoiding that option.
Isn't there a safer way to do it? Like just maybe 2 quick passes across the field?
Yeah, that would do it. Do you want to go down there and speak with the Riverhounds head coach? Let him know?
No, thank you. I'm not that brave. Mike Callahan with the ball. He goes left to Braden Troy. It's a little behind him. Troy came back to get it. Braden Troy back to Mike Callahan. Gives it to William Yombi. Yombi in no rush to go anywhere.
Yeah, I think the kicker's more than happy to see this half out with a 2-0 lead.
Hugh Roberts eventually has to clear it under pressure from Herzog. Ownby managed to get it. Now it's with Paulini. Paulini sees Arusa Security. I think Arusa Security is about to see Alex Lee down the right. Here we go. Alex Lee has it. He's spaced down the right again. Crosses. And to go
Fourth official standing in midfield has yet to let us know, but it looks like it's got one held up. We have 1 minute of extra time.
Yombi steps, Yombi plays. He's out to the half. Yes, he's out to the half. Down the line. Let's let it go. Hewitt has it. As the clock is running down. Let's exchange his passes. Goes down the line. Crossed in. It's over everybody. It's going to run all the way to Morale. He finally got the ball he's been asking for a very long time, and it was an overhit cross. And Morale into the feet of Jack Thompson. Jack Thompson square to Green. Green being forced backwards. Now Hunt has it. And there we have half-time. So half-time score is Richmond Kickers 2, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. Both goals, we believe, own goals. But the Kickers players who forced those own goals were Uday Imura and Brian Ownby.
Indeed, and again, we'll see what the stats keepers tell us once we get our report at halftime.
I know what I think.
You know what you think? We'll see what the kickers, statisticians think. We see a replay of the goals here once again. I'm still saying Imura does well to get underneath it. Just gets it a little bit wide.
I think if it doesn't hit the defender, it's possibly a throw-in.
You're calling throw-in, not even corner kick? Well, I'm sure Umaro will disagree in that we have the delivery from Owusu Secure to that back post. Again, a really nice cushioned header from Paolini. Decent first touch from Ownby, but a better second touch to get that ball in on goal, off the post, off the head, into the back of the net.
If we're gonna give Ownby credit, we should give him credit for the power of that shot.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take a short break. We're going to be back for the start of the second half.
Pittsburgh all stretched out to the middle. Back to Green. Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Bernardo Fords. Hey, that's it! Rochester has the lead, and again, it's St. Louis.
Breathtaking. And I love your use of negative space.
What were you thinking?
Oh, definitely art school. But between painting and sculpture, you can always change majors.
You need to...
Right. Oh, it ain't finished until you sign it.
Tame the tuition monster
Lovely.
with Virginia 529 programs that help no matter where higher education dreams take them.
This will be your lost masterpiece.
Paulini plays it long into the channel. I think he thought Brian Ownby would be chasing that. Instead, he was coming backwards.
Also immediately heard about it from about 4 of his teammates.
Is that
As he
right?
gave them the, yeah, I know, I made a mistake, hand gesture. We also, Daryl Grove, we went down at halftime to check the field, and it did kind of live up to what we thought, which is that it is pretty dry on top, but the ground underneath very soft, very wet, so I think that's why the ball is holding up, because it doesn't have that moisture on the top to keep it moving.
Right.
But underneath, you've got that mud, so I think it is giving the players traction problems.
Riverhounds advance through midfield. Ball is played in front of Herzog and to the left. Hugh Roberts chases him down. Low cross comes in.
Boggs there to settle.
Bounces at the top of the box. Boggs sets it up for Green. Green shoots wide.
Good quick transition there from the Riverhounds to get that ball forward, bypass that midfield 3, that midfield 5 for the kickers, then get a good layoff for the good shot just wide. Kickers probably need to be a little bit more alert, a little bit more sharp in passing to start this half.
Are you surprised that Europe was taken off?
I was. I thought his movement was very good. That said, I mean, very, very little produced over the course of the first half for the Riverhounds in terms of physical shots, physical goals. 0 goals, obviously. So maybe you just want to get a little bit of a change, a little bit more fresh legs in there, keep it moving.
Jack Thompson has just lost out to Amura. Amura is advancing down the right wing. He has Yaisley in the middle. He's looking for him. Ball is played too long, I think, with an assist from the wing. And is out on this far side. It's going to be a throw down the Pittsburgh Riverhounds' right-hand side.
Looking at my stat sheet that we were given at halftime, Mr. Grove, 0 shots on target for the Riverhounds, 0 shots at all in that first half. So maybe that does explain why we saw that substitution there to start the second half.
I saw you hit that one over the bar.
Apparently they haven't decided to credit that one. Maybe you've got to get it within like 10 yards of the goal.
All right, you want me to Alex Lee. Lee fakes and then goes outside. Heavy touch from Amura, but he's got it. And back to Lee. Lee under pressure. Goes long. It's going to be Pittsburgh throwing.
And I'll say this, I was a little bit surprised to see this many substitutions from the Riverhounds this quickly, but if something isn't working, it's probably better to get those changes, especially given the heat, so that you can get them in early and have an impact while the kickers haven't yet made their changes. So maybe they are a little more tired, maybe you have some fresh legs, maybe you get a few more opportunities.
Yeah, if it is broke, do fix it. A low ball across, collected by Schaefer. Collected was generous, he gave it away. Now it's Thompson versus Amura on this side. Thompson wins it. Flick from Herzog. Too long, it's out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in to the kickers. Alex Lee with the throw for the Richmond kickers.
Lee Kalishaw up off the bench, having some words with his midfield. I think not pleased with the giveaways from Paulini, and then maybe the failure to get back and challenge for the ball from Wusa Sakiri and Uday Amura. Lee Kalishaw letting him know.
Wusa Sakiri now putting some pressure on. Kickers not doing too much heavy chasing though, letting Pittsburgh have some space on this right-hand side. Ball is with Schaefer. Cuts back inside.
Once again, the Riverhounds have Morel on that far side. I think that's who Kevin Kerr was looking for, and eventually it finds, though not directly.
Morel crosses. Yombi gets ahead to it. Paulini clears for Yaisley to chase. Yaisley keeps chasing, but the header is going to go all the way back to Hunter Gilstrap.
It was good work from William Hunt. It was a big header to try to get it all the way back. Then it is a little bit questionable if it's going to make it, so he does well to step across and not let Yaisley get behind, because had he have done so, could have been off to the races. Instead, good shielding from William Hunt, and it ends up with the Riverhounds in possession.
And here we are, into Green in the middle. Green dribbles through 2, still has it, didn't get past Paulini. Big tackle from Callahan. Header from Alex Lee. Amura touches it. Callahan gives it to Arusha Sakiri. He is knocked over. It is a free kick, Richmond kickers.
Mowoto protesting there. It may be a little bit, did get the ball, but also very much got Awusa Sakire.
Troya gives it to Ownby. Ownby has it on the left, on his right foot. Ownby goes back. Troya has it. Troya has Callahan. Callahan under pressure as he played that ball. Herzog chasing. Yombi gives it to Hugh Roberts. Hugh Roberts comes forward. Hugh Roberts plays it to Awusa Sakiri. It's lost. Pittsburgh have it. It's won. Paulini has it. Now Yaisley turns, looks ahead of him. Yaisley loses the ball. Jack Thompson clears it. It's going to roll out of bounds. Kick is thrown with Awusa Sakiri. Gets it back from Amura. Moore has it. It was loose. Thompson got it into the feet of Boggs. Boggs has runners ahead of him. He was too strong for that tackle by Callahan. Boggs still going. Gives it to Kerr. Kerr shoots. Hits Yombi. Now it's out right with Schaefer. Schaefer up against Braden Troyer. Schaefer chooses to go back.
Curious to see if we'll see a yellow card to Mike Callahan here once play stops.
Through all of this, yeah. Good work from Amura to dispossess Green, and now Braden Troyer comes forward, gives it to Omby. Amura's down. Omby dispossessed. Schaefer has it. Schaefer to Jack Thompson. Jack Thompson comes forward. Pittsburgh inching forward here. Troy gets a good defensive header. Paulini with a calm settle to Imura. Imura into the feet of Omby, and kickers are now away, but it's just a two-man attack. It's just Omby and Yaisley. Yaisley's found space on the left here. Yaisley's got Schaefer coming over. Yaisley rolls it back to Braden Troyer. He has Amura, gives it to Amura. Amura turns around.
Big switch is on for Alex Lee, and that's the kind of possession switch that we were talking about, Daryl. That's how you get that ball across, exactly.
Omby in the box. Omby right-footed. Omby shoots behind.
And that's really smart play from the Richmond kickers. It's the ball down the channel to Yaisley, drops it back to Troyer, inside to Amura, swings it outside instead of going for that big switch. And again, with the weather, with that wind, with the field conditions as they are, smart possession to get that ball across to keep Riverhounds having to stretch and move. Good work from the Richmond kickers.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It looks like the easier path is to just hit it long to cross the field, but given the weather, the smarter path is to go slow and steady.
You got it.
It's a tortoise and hare situation.
Tortoise?
Yeah.
Say that word again.
Tortoise.
Okay.
Yombi gives it back to Charlie Horton. Charlie Horton kicks it long left-footed. Moves to Security. Nice touch to maintain possession in midfield. Now Braden Troyer has it at left-back. Imura's calling for it. Gets it. Imura dribbles in field. Gives it to Callahan. Callahan goes for Omby. Omby has found a bit of space here. Omby tackled by Hunt. That was good defensive work from Hunt.
That's the second time in as many minutes that we've seen ball worked across to Callahan, who immediately picks his head up and plays it directly into the feet of Brian Omby. I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's something that the kickers spotlighted at halftime and are choosing to isolate in the second half.
Yeah, second time in not too many minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Ball is with. Ball is out of bounds.
An attempted 1-2 between Alex Lee and Brian Omby. Omby leaves it a little bit long. Lee can't get to it, but I guess does get to it just a bit too late and instead sends it into the stands.
It's going to be a goal kick. Hunter Gilstrap. We are in the 54th minute here at City Stadium. Looks like Gilstrap is going to go to the left. Kicks long to the middle. And he gets ahead to it. Callahan hits it high for Worcester Security to chase. Security gets there. Worcester Security looking for a pass. Troyer finds it. Troyer has it. Troyer gives it to Mike Callahan. First time pass. Green got in there and I think he followed through. Worcester Security is down. We heard the kickers players wanting the ball played out of bounds.
I think we're going to see a couple substitutions here for the kickers very soon as Worcester Security stays down. Looks like Luis Fernando and maybe Anthony Grant are going to come on here, get some fresh legs, keep the Riverhounds stretched, alleviate some pressure for the rest of the kickers.
Are we thinking did they get up to start getting dressed as soon as Worcester Security went down?
No, they've been warming up for a good 10 minutes or so on that sideline. Since halftime, essentially, they've been warming up. And I think it's no surprise that you're seeing those attackers being rotated out because the defense doing well and the defense doing good to stay back in the second half. But I think you want to keep those runners fresh to, as I said, keep Pittsburgh having to stretch defensively, not get too comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, maybe some nice fresh legs catch on the break. We mentioned Luis Fernando at the start of the broadcast that we might see him later.
Yep. Might see him sooner rather than later would be my guess.
55th minute's kind of early, second half.
But I think when your opponent's already made 3 changes, and then a tactical change as well, maybe you want to get those adjustments in earlier.
Right. I didn't think about that. Changes the math a little bit.
Indeed. Get into the game through the USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. You might even get an update on Owusu Sekire, who has now made his way to the sidelines, getting some water in the face, getting a little bit of treatment for it looks like a shot to the ribs. But he is up and moving. No substitutions yet for the kickers. Instead, a drop ball near midfield.
It's going to be Paulini to play it all the way back.
Ish.
Going all the way back to the keeper. Either way, it's out of bounds. For
I was wondering what would happen with the field as it is and the wind blowing right in his face.
I've seen Paulini pass before. I think I'm going to give him the credit for knowing what he was doing there. Schaefer goes down the line. Troyer heads it. Imura brings it down. Finds Paulini, who finds Uwisa Security. Into the feet of Yaisley, who turns. Couldn't get away from Branson. Bring it out of the back. Sorry, Tyler, I interrupted.
No, not at all. If I had to bet, I'd say we're going to see Yaisley make way and Uday Umura make way for the kickers.
Just because they keep that lone forward and make it Anthony Grant. Yeah.
And Umura has had those injury concerns this season. I've seen him look a little bit slow at times, especially starting the second half, so maybe we see that change here in just a moment.
But Jack Thompson has found Herzog. Herzog cuts it back to Morale. Moving the ball nicely, Pittsburgh. Thompson still has it. Can't find a way through these kickers players though. Now Paulini is giving it to Imura, who's flicked it and lost it. Green has it now. Green looks back. And out wide to Schaefer. Schaefer back to Thompson. Yaisley with a sneak attack to get the ball back. Ran up behind him. It's with Braden Troyer. No one sprinting forward for the kickers. Maintaining possession. See how Yoshi's jersey gets ripped off, and it's because he so often holds players off, right? And it's kind of tempting for him to just keep having a pull.
Speaking of holding players off, it does look like that left elbow has been wrapped up for Yaisley. You can see a little bit of blood there. Maybe got a bit of an injury there in the first half.
Yeah.
Got some treatment.
With the top of the ground, it's kind of dry. You
Yeah.
can easily have grazed.
This is true. So we are seeing the substitutions now. It does look like it's going to be Jason Yaisley coming off for Anthony Grant. Yaisley taking his time. It doesn't seem like any of the Riverhounds too eager to get him off the field either. So it's the long walk to midfield for Yaisley, and I'm going to say the quick sprint on for Anthony Grant.
And number 5 is in the air. Does that mean Mike Callahan is coming off?
It looks like it. You are correct.
Yep.
Mike Callahan applauds the Red Army. Callahan goes off for Luis Fernando. So it looks like Umura is actually dropping back into the holding midfield role alongside Lucas Paulini.
Yep.
And then Luis Fernando will be up top as in his customary turquoise boots in his customary attacking position.
It's going to be Alex Lee to take this on the right-hand side. He points long. I think that's where it's going. Oh yeah, Lee goes long. Headed out by Schaefer. Kerr, heavy touch on his chest, and kickers get possession back. Here goes Imura. Puts it wide to Alex Lee. Fernando came short, Lee went long to Anthony Grant. Grant, good early touch, has won a throw-in for the Richmond kickers.
So I think we have an idea of what the kickers are going to do for the rest of this game. With those two substitutions, Umura got direct instructions from Lee Calishaw. First action was to tell everyone to get in. So it seems like the kickers are going to try to try to be compact through the middle and basically give up the channels, because it doesn't seem like Pittsburgh have really focused on those outside of that big switch, which really hasn't been on for any number of reasons. So I think Richmond kickers are going to try to stay compact through that middle for the rest of the game.
That would make sense. A lot less running then as well.
There it is.
Is it just you and I concerned about the sun so much, or do you think these professional athletes are also concerned?
A little bit of both. I think our cameramen are also concerned, given that it looks like it's going right into the lens at the moment. Cameraman Tim nods.
Awush Security to take the corner. Here it comes. I think Hugh Roberts got to it. Ball is down the line. Boggs holds it up. Good first touch from Boggs. And a good touch back, but intercepted by Brian Ownby. Or cut out by Brian Ownby, I should say. Schaefer throws it to Branson. Branson into Green. Green gets, I was going to say gets the diagonal correct. I thought he did. It was played too long from Morel. It is a Richmond kickers throw in. Alex Lee.
I think we're seeing why Boggs was introduced into this game. I mean this in the most complimentary way, as wide across as he is tall.
Yeah.
Just absolutely bodying people off the ball.
But with a really nice touch. I mean, he came over to this line, met that ball just before it went out, and it was at pace, and he still held it up.
Yeah, he did the really nice shoulder with one side and like outside of the foot settle with the outside of his foot. It's the perfect combination for that big striker.
All right, Jack Thompson with the ball. Jack Thompson tried to chip it over the head of Alex Lee, didn't quite make it. Now Wusa Sakiri has it. Sakiri has played it out of bounds, but off of a Pittsburgh player, so we have a throw-in for the Richmond Kickers.
We do. We also can see that shape that I was talking about just a moment ago. You had every single outfield player for the Kickers on one quarter of the field, really trying to crowd in, block off space, and get that ball back, and then have that quick possession. Then you have Braden Troyer getting forward.
And Luis Fernando has worked it out to this left side with Braden Troyer. Ownby running ahead of him. Ownby, I think he got the sneaky touch looking for Anthony Grant. Anthony Grant was just half a second too late.
I think it also took a deflection off of Riverhounds player.
Paulini's won a tackle cleared by Hunt. I thought we had a counter for the Kickers then. Imura to Troyer, gets it back. Imura loses out, manages to turn and find the ball again. Here comes Udo Imura. He has Anthony Grant to his left. Oh, Grant, I think, went a little too far left, and Imura should have lead him inside, right?
I think Grant was trying to hold up to stay onside, and basically because he was doing that stutter step, he didn't have that explosive burst of pace, couldn't get to the ball.
It's going to be a Kickers throw. Braden Troyer with the throw on the left-hand side. Troyer looks around. Goes down the line to Ownby. Ownby chips it back to him. Herzog with an acrobatic touch. Eventually cleared, collected by Imura. Now Udo Imura to Paulini. Paulini looks wide, finds Alex Lee. Good quick pass. Alex Lee into the feet of Luis Fernando. Shows his quick feet, step over, accelerates down the right, still has it. And I think he nearly found him. Instead, it is cleared by Thompson.
Out for a Pittsburgh throw. So with some good possession from the Kickers there. What I find honestly equally captivating is Sonny Johnny, who's the lone Richmond Kickers player warming up at the other end of the field. Essentially ceased warming up for about 5 minutes and just stood there watching play, and then remembered he was supposed to warm up and started running again. So I think even Sonny Johnny captivated by what's happening on the field.
Well, honestly, I think part of warming up is, keep an eye on what's happening in the game, figure out where you're going to go and what you're going to do. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He was doing some mental warming up.
Well, at least now he has friends, because it looks like Jackson Esky and Travis Pittman, and maybe Richmond Kickers assistant Sasha Gores warming up. Sasha Gores is on the bench today for the Kickers.
I saw his name. He still looks very much a professional full-time player when he comes up.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's not something that's going to change regardless of his age. I feel like Sasha Gores is going to look like a professional player until he's like 90.
Ball is still on that left-hand side. Pittsburgh's left-hand side. We have a player down getting some treatment.
We do, and it looks like we're also going to have a change maybe for that injured player.
While we're waiting, we can let you know that the team news is in for USA-Paraguay tonight. The US starting 11 is the same as for the first two games. Which, top of your head, what's that, Taylor?
4-3-3?
It is a 4-3-3. Oh, we are back in play here.
Yeah,
and of course, after this game, there will be USA-Paraguay on the big screen here at City Stadium.
Yeah, big crowd expected for the big screens. Richmond have, looks like 2 from my vantage point setup, currently showing the end of Euro coverage.
Down the line to Luis Fernando. Luis Fernando couldn't get past Jack Thompson, but he has won a corner kick. Yeah, hopefully Richmond fans will have two things to celebrate tonight.
Indeed. And if you are here at the stadium, it looks like you've got your big screens and you've got your 2 beer trucks. Pretty popular so far. The wine tent, less popular, I'd say, in the 90-degree heat.
Oh, right.
You see the tent that says wine on it?
Yeah. I don't know, a nice New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's chilled. It works in the summer.
So fancy. So fancy is my colleague in studio.
It's got that zesty taste. Ball comes in from Wushi Sakiri. Headed out by Schaefer. Paulini missed the tackle. Maloto has it. He has found Zach Boggs. Boggs turns with it. Gets it back. Boggs goes to Jack Thompson. Jack Thompson controls with his left foot. Outside of the foot. Nice one touch from Maloto to Boggs. Back to Maloto. He's nearly found the through ball to Herzog. Not quite though. Hugh Roberts was there to cut it out. Now Brian Ownby has it. Brian Ownby, normally you see him sprinting forward. He's definitely under instructions to just slow it down a bit. Just take the edge off.
Definitely still sprint forward, but like sprint at like 40% your usual sprint speed.
Sprint like a normal person,
not like you.
Yeah, not like the super fast Brian Ownby. Good headed win when he went over the top of Wushi Sakiri.
Actually, I'm going to say it was offside given where the linesman was standing when that flag went up. I think it's offside. I think Wushi Sakiri came back onside to try to challenge for that.
I thought maybe it's because he undercut.
Maybe it was both. It was a double free kick.
Intercepted by Luis Fernando. Didn't maintain possession. It's going to be a throw-in to Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Morel to take. Morel goes down the line. Finds Herzog. Imura comes away with it. Nice, quick, square ball to Owusu Sikiri. Owusu Sikiri is running, and he has Brian Ownby sprinting this time outside of him. There's that pace. Brian Ownby up against Schaefer. Schaefer did well to block the cross.
Brian Ownby might be the king of the I'm going to turn back outside. No, I'm not. I'm going back inside. It's that little hip swivel that tends to buy him space. In this case, buys the kickers a corner. To be eventually taken by Owusu Sikiri.
Yep.
Once he makes his way across to the flag.
He heard you. He's jogging now.
You think he was just waiting for me to announce that he would be taking the corner? Very good hearing from him in that case.
All right, Owusu Sikiri steps up. Again, Yumby has stayed back. Hugh Roberts has gone forward.
Alex Lee also back as the ball comes in.
All right, Owusu Sikiri goes far. It is won in the air by Pittsburgh, and again, but collected by Paulini. Paulini has it at his feet, gives it to Luis Fernando on the right. Luis Fernando going to move inside, still has the ball. Luis Fernando crosses left-footed. Roberts loses out, wins the second ball. Now Owusu Sikiri in the box, turns, still has the ball. Crosses, header, and we have a goal from Anthony Grant. Anthony Grant got his head to it off the bench.
Great bit of skill from Owusu Sikiri. Not sure he meant to do all of those moves. I think he did get the ball caught up underneath him a little bit.
Just one little stumble in the middle, but he quickly recovered.
But then he does great to get his hips around it, turn, face the field, get that ball across. It's a low-driven cross into the box. A great little flicked-on header from Anthony Grant into the side netting, and away he goes to celebrate with the Red Army. It's a good header by Hugh Roberts to initially play in Owusu Sikiri. Sikiri, like I said, I think gets it caught on that left foot, but turns around, gets the ball in. Nice flicked header to the back post. Anthony Grant points to the bench, sprints to the Red Army, mobbed by his teammates, and it's 3-0 to the kickers.
I missed him sprinting to the Red Army. Did he jump in the crowd?
I think he got to the Red Army, saw the flags, maybe saw the eventual smoke bomb, and thought, maybe I'll just stay right here.
Do we have, Taylor, in Richmond, a battle for that starting striker spot? I mean, we started the season knowing it was Jason Yaisley, and Anthony Grant would either maybe play on the wing or maybe just be Yaisley's reserve, right? Recent games, Yaisley hasn't scored. Anthony Grant on the score sheet today. Is he staking a claim for that starting spot? I know he'd like to because he's a competitive athlete.
Yeah, of course.
Is he realistically staking a claim for that starting spot?
I don't think so. I think Jason Yaisley has done enough over the past few seasons to justify his continued starting spot. I think also you're going to make the argument that those runs from Yaisley, the really good hold of play, the ability to basically hold the ball up, let everybody get forward, pass the ball back, really might have opened up Pittsburgh, worn out the defense, then you bring on the substitute. So it'll be different maybe if we were to switch it around and if Anthony Grant gets a start, Yaisley comes on, maybe it's Yaisley who gets that goal.
I see. So Yaisley takes partial credit for running that Pittsburgh defense.
Sure. I'm sure he'd take it.
Lee goes long for Luis Fernando. Luis Fernando, nice touch, brings it down. Crowd gives a little cheer. Into Owusu Sikiri, lets it run for Imura. Imura to Paulini, who quickly switches it out left to Braden Troyer. Troyer finds Imura short. Kicker's looking really comfortable and confident in possession. Troyer to Yumby. Yumby to Owusu Sikiri. Controls it with the bottom of his foot. Goes back left to Troyer. Paulini, who turns with his first touch. Grant holds off Branson and turns, and now he's running that goal. Oh, Grant went low to Luis Fernando. It's gone out wide. Alex Lee has it now. Alex Lee cuts inside to Ownby. Ownby tries to lift it over the defender. Couldn't quite make it. Good work from Morel to get there.
I think the wind did as much defending there as did Pittsburgh. That's what held up that little chip off from Ownby. Now I think we're going to have another change to the Richmond kickers. It looks like we do have Sonny Jane standing at midfield. Referee calls a halt to play, and it is Owusu Sikiri coming off with Sonny Jane coming on.
Okay, so it could be like for like, right? Sonny Jane can play as an attacking central midfielder, where Owusu Sikiri's been doing good work today. Comes off with a recent assist.
Joe, to go back to your earlier question, though, about Yaisley versus Anthony Grant, I will say in that little sequence there, you do see what Anthony Grant offers. I do think he's got a little bit more pace than Jason Yaisley.
Oh, yeah.
In that quick turn, he's away, and then he goes for that creative outside of the foot. I'm going to say driven Travella with that ball through.
Fair enough.
Didn't quite come off, but yeah, the burst of pace is really the the second bit of skill you want from Anthony Grant.
I think the thing you lack with Anthony Grant is Yaisley's just determination and ability to just win aerial ball after aerial ball.
You go through fewer jerseys, though.
It could be a cost-saving move. Our ball is out. It's going to be a goal kick. Charlie Hutton getting a word in his ear from the referee. Maybe hurry up. 2 words? Hurry up.
Hurry up from the referee, but the crowd's cheer that you just heard was because the stadium announcer has informed us that you can actually buy beer until 8:30 this evening, as opposed to the usual cutoff, which is right about now.
Oh, because of the
viewing party.
Yeah.
But I was really trying to figure out why the crowd suddenly cheered a goal kick.
All right, Bugs, outright. Tackled by Imura. Tackled by Ombi. Imura finally comes away with it. Troy has it. Troy goes down the channel.
And that's actually Alex Harley. Harley has made his way onto the field for Pittsburgh. Had been warming up, seems to have come on the right side here.
So number 14 is Alex Harley. Who just very kindly threw the ball back to Braden Troy. Braden Troy looking for an option. Goes long to Grant. Ooh, Grant managed to touch and turn and win a throw-in. Looks like maybe Branson got a piece of it as well.
And this time I can say with relative confidence that it is Libo Moloto who's made way for Harley.
I don't trust you. Yeah, but scanning the field, you are correct. It's a Troyer. Goes short, gets it back. Good first touch from John A. Hunt comes away with it. Fast ball out. Blocked by Imura. Now Alex Lee has it. Alex Lee turns, looks at the field. Alex Lee calling for help. Doesn't need it. Accelerates instead. Sonny Jane up against Morel. He's got a bit of help. Alex Lee arriving late to Brian Ownby. Brian Ownby shoots from distance. It's high and wide.
Brian Ownby with the type of shot that won't be registered as a shot on the stats sheet at the end of this game. But on the plus side, he hits it far enough away that it does go into the shade, so at least you give the ball boy a bit of a break.
Yeah.
We'll see if he dawdles over there, bringing that ball back.
He'd be wise to do so. Right, Hunter Gilstrap to take the goal kick for Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Kicks it long, looking for a Pittsburgh head.
For those wondering, the ball boy has indeed taken his time and is staying in the shade.
Smart kid, smart kid. Braden Troyer volleys it down the line. Anthony Grant felt he was held. Referee disagrees. William Hunt gives it to Morel. Morel gives it to Green in midfield. Green looks around, finds the feet of Boggs, who first times it to Kerr. Kerr gets a push in the back from Paulini. It's going to be a Pittsburgh free kick. 30-something yards from goal.
Paulini does the adjusted version of what Mike Callahan did earlier. Shoves him over, immediately turns and waves to say, yes, I know I committed a foul. Again, please don't card me. No card produced here, but yeah, as you said, a free kick. We've got a couple different Riverhounds players standing over it.
We have Kerr.
Kerr seems to be directing the play.
I think he's telling Harley what he wants to do.
Yeah, and Harley goes in.
I think he was, I'm the captain, I'm taking this. Cross comes in. Yombi got there, headed it out. Harley has it in the corner now. Harley up against Ownby. Harley cuts back, sold Ownby, and again. Ownby got the block on the eventual cross.
Ownby stays down once again. Ownby with a bit of a cramp there. Gets some assistance from his opponent. Some good sportsmanship there, and Ownby's back on his feet. Slowly and gingerly.
Are we sure it was cramp?
Yeah, I think so. With the amount of time it took for him to get back on his feet, I think it is just a little bit of discomfort there. That said, we do have Scotch Cars and Jackson Whiskey jogging over, looking like they're going to be coming in to get this.
Kickers have 2 more subs to go.
Kickers with 2 subs remaining, Riverhounds with 1.
Kerr takes it short to Jack Thompson, left-footed, crosses it in to the far post. It has gone out of bounds. It's going to be a Richmond Kickers goal kick.
It was a good ball in. It looked like the Riverhounds were maybe anticipating that ball to come in the middle / closer to the near post. So only 1 person at the far post, 3 Kickers players there, and do a good job of holding it up. And now we will have a change for the Kickers. Haven't seen yet who that number is going to be. Wouldn't be surprised if it's Ownby. Ownby hardly meanwhile having some friendly words, some handshakes, some cheers. And a water break now at City Stadium as we are in the 76th minute, just past the 75th. So what do you expect to see for the remaining 15 minutes? Do you think Pittsburgh go for broke, really try to get a goal here? Or do you think it is more of just, it's 3-0, let's just kind of cut the damage and let it play out?
We can see this third goal again here. I'm going to call it the match winner from Anthony Grant because in regards to what you just asked me, I really think that is the goal that broke this Pittsburgh team. I think given the intense heat and all the running they've done, it doesn't look to me like a team that believe they can turn this around. 3-0's too big of a deficit with 15 minutes to go, especially for a team that isn't on top of the game.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
If it was 3-0 and they were pounding the kickers, then I would believe that there's a chance.
Yeah.
It's 3-0 and essentially the kickers are pounding them.
Yeah, and you could see a moment ago, you did have the bench players looking a little bit dejected. Dave Brandt up off the bench, trying to get his players to push forward. His team a little bit slow to react, a little bit slow to get those numbers in. So it seems like maybe it will be more of a let's just try to possess, let's try to win this final 15. And maybe we win by keeping the ball, slowing it down, and creating a few opportunities. But let's not kill ourselves.
There's always that thing with a new coach as well, that you are sort of learning the new coach's system. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a valuable 15 minutes just to keep playing under the new coach. Long kick from Horton. One in the air by Hunt. Played at the line by Alex Lee. And out of bounds. Pittsburgh Riverhounds throw-in.
Actually, Derek, you mentioned that, and it makes me wonder if maybe what Dave Brandt wants to do is implement that 4-2-3-1 here, because that's how we saw the Riverhounds start, but once the scoreline got a little bit out of hand, they switched back to that 4-4-2 with a diamond. I'm wondering if maybe that's the scheme that the players are a little bit more familiar with, or if it's the opposite, that now they're doing what he wants them to be doing.
I could not tell you. I'm sure a Pittsburgh fan could tell us. Green goes left, and has found the runner. Is that Morel?
I think that's Hanley there with a shot, blocked, and collected by the kickers.
Oh, it was Harley, 14. It actually looks like Morel has been substituted out. Anthony Grant is offside.
A good 5, maybe 10 yards.
Flag went up.
So, if your question was, are the kickers going to sit back and kill this game off? Looks like the answer is no, at least if you're Anthony Grant.
Pittsburgh coming forward. Harley with the ball. Finds the fit of Bucks. Heavy touch this time. Nice slide tackle there. Ooh, a rough strike from Horton. Ball is out for a throw. It's going to be Schaefer to take. Schaefer throws to Green. Gets it back. Schaefer lifts the ball into the box. Yombi sends it right back to him. Green wins it in the air. Paulini's there first. Hunt collects in the back, plays it short to Green. Green under a bit of pressure.
Offside there. That's a offside zone, yep. Kickers play quickly, break quickly. Now we've got Luis Fernando with the ball on the far right side of the field.
Luis Fernando up against Jack Thompson. Goes backwards. Into the fit of Paulini. Paulini back to Luis Fernando. Luis Fernando is away down the right. Oh, Luis Fernando's ball back to Johnny. It was a little short. Johnny's going to keep it in. Johnny lifts it back into Luis Fernando's path. Luis Fernando is spun, still has it. Ball is out of bounds.
So it's going to be a goal kick to Pittsburgh. Also worth noting, while that goal kick gets set up, as we have the water break, it does look like Brian Ownby has made way, and it is indeed Jackson Eske back on the field for the kickers.
Gilstrap to take the goal kick. We have about 10 minutes to go here at City Stadium. Gilstrap kicks long and to the right. SK get it back. Troyer back to SK. SK heavy touch. Imura's head dealt with it though. Hunt got to that ball after it bounced. Now Green comes back and collects. Green goes right to Schaefer. His curve in midfield with the ball. Green into Kolarek, 23, I think has also recently entered the game. Outside of him is Schaefer. Schaefer drops it low. Headed out by Younger. Collected by SK. Troyer goes long. Grant's going to try and hold this up. Grant went down, lost his footing. I think that was half the surface and half...
a little bit of contact, at least if you listen to Anthony Grant.
Granson finds Harley. Harley pushes it ahead of him, chases it down. Charlie Hudson goes down on top of the ball. He's got it. Horton gestures long.
It was interesting from Harley as he went back, he stepped over Charlie Horton, stepped in between Charlie Horton's legs as he did so. Maybe just trying to leave it in there, maybe rile him up a little bit, see what happens.
Ball is over. Hugh Roberts manages to get his forehead to it. Lee comes across, but it's collected by Kolarik, who shoots low off the back of William Yumby. That's going to be a corner kick.
Nice back heel from William Yumby.
Is that what we call it?
Yeah, sure. Not sure he knew anything about it, but it
Pittsburgh Riverhounds corner kick to be taken by either Kerr or Green. The answer was Kerr. I think maybe a short.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Harley holding it up. Yeah, it is short to Harley, and it is played in by Kerr, but eventually collected by Horton.
Harley chasing back as well. You see Harley running all the way back after Luis Fernando. I feel like Fernando's a threat that Pittsburgh have become aware of. Do you know what I mean? Like someone they're at least a little bit worried about his pace.
Yeah, I think his first step over there. Like, all right, well, maybe we stand him up.
John A with a nice little move. Back to Alex Lee. Intercepted by Jack Thompson. Here he goes. Plays it into the feet of Barks. Barks holds it up. Barks has Schaefer, but he didn't play that hard enough out wide to him. So now Braden Troy has it. Giving it to Imura. Imura finds lots of space for John A in midfield. Johnny goes right to Luis Fernando. Luis Fernando up against Jack Thompson. Luis Fernando, I think, gave himself a little bit too much work to do there by pushing it too far ahead.
A little bit of contact, some shoving in the box there. Luis Fernando gets a shove, but referee looks like he's going to stamp that down pretty quickly. And in the end, no cards, just a free kick inside the box for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
It looks like what we have now is Jack Thompson playing left back for Pittsburgh, which I think is a tougher challenge pace-wise for Luis Fernando. And also with some support from Harley when he comes back. Although I'm sure Harley would prefer to be going in the other direction. Pittsburgh 3-0 down. Gilstrap kicks long. Looking for the head of Boggs. Won by William Yumby. And then won by Paulini. Hunt wins it to Green, to Schaefer. Now it's out wide with Boggs. Quick passing from Pittsburgh. Now Green has it. Now Boggs. Now Hunt. Kerr. Green looking for a pass. Could not find one. That was a shame after a long stretch of possession. Second chance maybe? Green out wide. Kept in by Kolarik. Eski holds off opposition. Tried to meg Kolarik and loses the ball instead. Here we go. Now it's with Kevin Kerr. Kevin Kerr's looking. And he's found Kolarik down the right. Cuts back. Troyer dispossesses him. Gives it to Eski. Eski short to Imura. Imura back to Eski. To Troyer. Now Troyer finds Imura, who was making the run. Here we go. Kickers are away. They are potentially outnumbering. That's 4v4. Imura into Senijane.
Luis Fernando and Alex both breaking on the right, but instead he goes left for Anthony Grant, excuse me.
Heavy pass. I think he was waiting for Anthony Grant to make the run in behind so he could have played that ball earlier.
Yeah.
The way that Johnny was shaping. Yeah, he's telling him now. He's telling him right now.
Final substitution for the Richmond Kickers. It looks like Travis Pittman coming on, Lucas Paulini making way.
So Pittman's going to play holding midfield as well. That's 6 minutes to go here at City Stadium. Richmond Kickers 3, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. Which means we're not too far from kickoff for the United States. We're 17 minutes from kickoff from USA versus Paraguay. Ball goes long, it's off of Braden Troyer's back. It's a throw into the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Taken quickly by Schaefer to Green. Green controls it. It's lost out. Clark loses out. Troyer with a heavy touch. Rescued by Eski. Now Eski to Travis Pittman, his first time on the ball. Pittman to Sonny Johnny. Johnny over the top for Luis Fernando. Is he going to be quick enough? Hunter Gilstrap was there. Ball is played out of bounds. I'm glad to see Pittman on the field. Remember last time he was waiting to sub in the final minute?
Oh, that's right.
And then he couldn't get on the field.
Allowed.
And then he had to do sprints to sort of get rid of that energy that he'd built up.
We call that pulling a Perry Kitchen, right?
Yeah.
kickers get set to take this throw, I'll say really good work from Gilstrap there to recognize that ball over the top from Johnny and off his line immediately, no hesitation. That's why it's into touch as opposed to into the back of the net.
That's why they call him the Manuel Neuer of Pittsburgh. Back to Schaefer.
I think he'll take that title.
Yeah. Clark was looking for the run of Herzog, intercepted by Troyer, who got the ball to Imura. Now Pittman. Pittman just sold Kerr and turned. Now Hugh Roberts has it. Gives it to Alex Lee. Alex Lee looks downfield, trying to find Luis Fernando. Cut out by Jack Thompson. Now it's Harley. Harley infield to Herzog. Herzog, I think, was looking for the option to his right, but didn't have one. Gets it back. Nice block tackle from Hugh Roberts.
Daryl, if you're wondering, we've kept our streak alive. It looks like Luis Fernando does indeed have a ripped jersey.
Does he really?
3 in 3 games for the kickers at home.
Branson played it off of Anthony Grant. It's going to be a Pittsburgh throw. Schaefer to take. Oh yeah, I see Luis Fernando's jersey flapping in the wind. Ball down the line to Buggs. Buggs got his pocket picked by Imura. John A with a nice turn. Now Travis Pittman has space in midfield. He goes right to Alex Lee. Alex Lee takes a touch, gives it him back. Travis Pittman on the ball again. Back to Hugh Roberts. Roberts all the way back to Horton. Nice touch from Horton and a long kick with his left foot. Not really, it was aimed between kickers players as opposed to kickers players. Kerr under some pressure from Pittman. You see anything different from the kickers, Taylor? Now we've had a few subs come on.
No, I think it's just more basically trying to get the ball, trying to keep it at the feet, trying to play it out wide. Again, just keep possession. You are still seeing those runs forward from those attacking subs players, but generally speaking, it's a little bit more on the floor, willing to give Pittsburgh the ball, not so eager to chase the ball forward.
Yeah, I think they'll play those through balls if it's on, because why not? But they're not going to force it and chase it if they don't have to.
Exactly.
Kerr plays it in, headed out by Imura. Schaefer is holding off Eski. Schaefer has gone around Eski. Eski holding position though. Nice turn from Harley. Got his jersey pulled by Travis Pittman. Harley's looking for space for a shot. Goes low, Kolarik crosses, held by Charlie Horton.
Fans, keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL.
Luis Fernando is giving it to Alex Lee for a nice little move. Alex Lee this time does go long. Anthony Grant in a jersey pulling contest with William Hunt,
which he appears to have won by losing because it's a free kick to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the winner's the one who pulls the most jerseys.
Yeah.
Buggs gives it to Clark. Clark into Buggs and back to him. And square to Green. Green square one more time to Kerr. Kerr puts it out left to Jack Thompson, who's joined the attack. Jack Thompson with his left foot. Cross, but that's way too long for everybody. Troyer's going to let this run as far as he can, and he's let it run out of bounds. Clever work from Braden Troyer, because he had me fooled. I thought he was going to play that ball.
And then I wasn't entirely sure that ball was going to make it into touch, and eventually it did.
I think he wasn't either. Well, he had the last little fake at the end, right? As if he was definitely going to touch it.
Well read by Troyer.
Much more subtle than what Martin Skirtle did today. You haven't seen that yet, have you? You'll see that. When you see the replay, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's Martin Skirtle. I already know exactly what you're talking about.
Charlie Horton to take it as we enter the 90th minute here at City Stadium. Horton kicks to the right, straight out of bounds, and apologises to his teammates. He did put it in the shade.
I was just wondering if he's really apologizing. It's very minimal shade over there at this point, though.
Jack Thompson's throw bounces all the way through to Horton.
A little bit of a foul. Looks like another foul there. Free kick to the Riverhounds, 35 yards or so from goal.
I believe we are going to have 3 minutes of added time. I saw the upside down 3 over there.
It's a nice catch by you, partner. Kerr again, it looks like standing over the ball, sending all his players in, only one player forward for the kickers.
Looking for Hunt, headed by Eski. It lands, it is in, it is Herzog. Herzog with a finish.
Corey Herzog with a great finish. I think maybe outdoes Udaimura a little bit with the one-time finish out of the air. So it's 3-1. Pittsburgh Riverhounds still trailing. Looks like they don't have so much time to get 2 more goals back.
I'm curious as to why there wasn't any pressure on the ball.
I think it's basically because that ball comes in, the kickers stepped to head it clear, which they did, but then I think the header wasn't as clear as they would have liked since it goes straight up in the air. But I think by that point everybody had stepped, Pittsburgh running behind. Exactly.
That makes sense. Horton kicks it long. So we'll get one more look at this, Taylor.
Yeah, you see the replay, and it's basically, they think it's headed clear, but it goes back up in the air. Charlie Horton not pleased, but a great finish there by Corey Herzog. But I will say, if there was one Riverhounds player who deserved a goal today, it is Herzog. He has run and run and run. He was the one who just chased down Braden Troyer there. He still has the wheels from start to finish, and he gets the goal for his efforts.
So he's now Richmond Kickers 3, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 1. Lee throws down the line, looking for Eski. Eski in the corner. Eski is dispossessed. Harley has it. Harley comes forward, gives it to Kolarik. Kolarik outright to Schaefer. Schaefer takes a touch and brings it forward. Passing triangles from Pittsburgh, but I think they should be a bit more forward thinking. There we are. Kerr looks for the run of Boggs. Yombi lets it run. Yombi holds him off.
Yeah, maybe a little less passing triangles, a little more passing directly.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't seem to have worked in this situation, as you have a goal kick, which I'm sure Charlie Horton won't be entirely too inclined to rush.
It's really tough to strike the balance, right? Because you want to create a quality opportunity, but you also know time is running out, so you have to get it forward. So there's like a tipping point where you have to get it forward, and it's hard to know exactly where that is. One in the air.
Maybe you should just ask Russia.
Harley come forward.
They seem to have figured it out against your English boys.
Too soon, Taylor. Too soon. Charlie Horton catches and goes down. Just catching some rays. Horton's back up. Horton getting ready to kick this long. Boggs complaining, but I think he was within the 6 seconds. Not a good kick from Horton. It's high and only just to midfield. Harley wins it, but I think kicked it down the channel for Anthony Grant to chase. Now Anthony Grant has it on his right hand side. Anthony Grant holds the ball up.
But into touch, and it's a goal kick for the Riverhounds. Yeah, I think he was just trying to kill off a few more seconds of clock.
And maybe stand in that shade for a bit.
Yeah.
Right, Hunter Gilstrap to take. Gilstrap kicks long. Good win from Harley. Flicker from Kolarik. Back heel from Boggs. Harley has it on the left. Right-footed, low pass into the feet of Herzog. Dispossessed by Jane. Jane still has it. Jane still has it. He's given it to Eski. So that's Troyer who has given it to Eski. Now Eski goes up the line to Troyer. Troyer overran it, came back and got it.
But it doesn't matter because we have full time here at City Stadium. Braden Troyer stands on the ball. Richmond Kickers celebrate. 3-1 to the Kickers. I'm going to say a hard-fought game. Kickers did well to get on the scoreboard early, kill that game off a little bit, basically take away the Pittsburgh Riverhounds' maybe forward momentum. Instead, they stretch them out of that back compact situation that they were going for, and instead have to chase. 3 more goals for the Kickers, and it ends 3-1.
But nobody goes home empty-handed. Pittsburgh got that goal towards the end. It is 3-1. Good for the Kickers to get back to winning ways here at City Stadium.
Absolutely. 3 very essential points as we see the smoke bombs go off, the flags waving for the Red Army, and handshakes aplenty down at midfield.
And we'll find out very soon if the US men's national team can match what the Richmond Kickers did today. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Eastern.
We see our full match highlights here. Kickers making their way onto the field, as are the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And really, you have to say, for how hot it was, for the difficult field conditions, for the changing wind, both teams did well to kind of handle it, to ride the pressure early. But it was the Kickers who found the way into the back of the net with a nice take from Udayamura off of the outstretched arms of Connor Branson, out to chest, of Connor Branson,
it wasn't
and into the back of the net.
That arm in the air really made his chest bigger, made it a bigger target for Amura.
Yeah, absolutely. Red Army fans pleased with that goal, probably pleased to be up 2-0. After this great corner from Owusu Security finds Lucas Paulini's head at the back post. Paulini with a cushion header down to the feet of Brian Ownby, who gets the power strike off the bar, off the goalkeeper, off Gilstrap, into the back of the net. We see here, nice strike. Nothing Gilstrap can do about that other than be very upset. And then we've got some nice work from Owusu Security again, his second assist of the game. A little bit of dancing, Good driven ball in. Nice little flick down
Nothing
header
wrong.
from Anthony Grant.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, but a great little like kind of back of the head, reverse, little flick. Anthony Grant finds that side netting, and he's away to celebrate. Hugh Roberts doing his best to chase him down, and I think maybe gives up about halfway through. Eventually gets to him though. So it's a good win for the Kickers, but we do have one more goal for Pittsburgh, but it ends 3-1.
Next game for the Kickers is going to be away at Charlotte Independence. That's Saturday, June 18th at 7 p.m. Kickers will be at home, Charlotte Independence, June 18th. Kickers will be hosting Charlotte Independence June 18th, and then the following week they'll be on the road. I've been Darryl Grove, he has been Tyler Rockwell, they have been the Richmond Kickers and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, thank you to everybody for listening. We will talk to you again next week.
Breathtaking. And I love your use of negative space.
What were you thinking?
Oh, definitely art school. But between painting and sculpture, you can always change majors.
You need to.
Right. Oh, it ain't finished until you sign it.
Tame the tuition monster.
Lovely.
With Virginia 529 programs that help no matter where higher education dreams take them.
This will be your lost masterpiece.